Well, you can't even really get a full handle on the hypocrisy when you get right down to it, Wayne. You're talking about the money incentives. That's certainly true. I was debating a Democratic congresswoman, a local, Orange County city representative, really council person, I guess. And she said, well, if Democrats are so bad, California has the seventh biggest economy in the world, and it's run by Democrats. And I said, we do have the seventh biggest economy in the world, and before the Democrats got a hold of it, we had the fifth biggest economy in the world.
I just want to jump in, just to interject one thing. California also has the most people in welfare in the United States. California also has the most people in food stamps in the United States. California has the most government employees in the United States, and they have the biggest pension liabilities and the biggest debt of any state. And what did California announce just literally 24 hours ago? That if they had universal, I don't know if you call it universal health care or single payer health care, but government run health care in California, they want so badly in their border, in their state, it would cost $400 billion. $400 billion. You know what the budget is of the state of California? $180 billion. They just proved that single payer is the biggest bankruptcy causer and disaster in the history of America. America would collapse within hours of you instituting single payer. It costs twice as much as the budget of the entire California just to give out single payer health care in that one state, California. Can you imagine what it would do to the budget of the United States of America, Bill?
Yeah, and here's the thing, Wayne, that's so just so deceptive about them. You'll hear people say California is the richest state in the nation. You'll say, well, why do you say that? Because it's got the biggest revenues. Yeah, but it's got the biggest debt. It's actually the poorest state in the union. If you really put it on a balance sheet like you would put anything else on the balance sheet, income versus expenses, assets versus liabilities, California is by far the poorest state in the union because of this unbelievable debt, which never ever gets even mentioned. We can come back to that in a minute if you'd like. But this hypocrisy thing is so deep and so wide. You'll hear somebody like Matt Damon say, well, I think we should raise taxes on the rich, and I'm rich. I'm going to pay. I'm the one who's going to be paying most of these extra income taxes. And I want to look at him and just say, Matt, nice try. I know it makes you look good and feel good, but I work in this business, and I know how things work here. When you get $10 million for a movie, Matt, Warner Brothers doesn't write out a check to Matt Damon. They write out a check to MD Enterprises, LLC. And this production company of yours deducts your house, deducts your car, deducts your travel, deducts your studio, deducts all of this, pays you some kind of spending money. That's what you get taxed on. Meanwhile, there's some family trying to put enough money together to go to college or something, or they're just being constantly pushed down, and you're saying, yeah, pile on some more. So maybe you're going to make $7 million instead of 10, and we're all supposed to sacrifice like that. You can write a bigger check, Matt. You don't have to pay just the minimum. If you want to pay more money for things like, public radio, write them a check for $3 or $4 million. It just never ends. And worse than that, Wayne, they take this California attitude, and then they move to places like Texas and Nevada, and then they start voting like Californians in Texas, and you simply just have to stop because you just can't comprehend how somebody could be that stupid.
Yeah, by the way, you so lowballed what Matt Damon makes per picture, Bill. It's not $10 million a picture. It's probably $30 or $40 million a picture.
Sure.
And if he has profit participation, it might be 50 or 60 or 100 million. And so these guys are so obscenely rich, but there isn't enough money. Believe it or not, liberals don't get this. There's never going to be, never has been, never will be enough money by taxing the rich to pay even 2% of the budget of the United States or the taxes we need to collect. It always falls on the middle class and the upper middle class. Generally, it falls on small business owners. There's 28 million of them, and it falls on people who make like 150 to 500,000 a year. That's not 40 million a picture. That's a whole different ball game. Nobody understands that on the left. Big difference. I'm a small businessman. That's what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are the ones that pay almost the full freight of all the taxes in the United States. You could charge 100% of what every rich person in this country makes, and it wouldn't even make a little dot, a little pebble in an ocean.
Yeah, to run the economy for 4 or 5 days, something like that. Yeah.
And you'd ruin the country. You'd ruin the economy. You'd ruin capitalism. You'd kill all jobs. Liberals don't get it, but Venezuela proves it. Cuba proves it. Every example of socialism in history proves it. And oh, by the way, liberals love to tell me socialism isn't the same as communism. If you look it up at Wikipedia, socialism is interchangeable with communism. It's the economic system of communism. Liberals don't want to hear that because communism killed hundreds of millions of people in this world. Socialism isn't responsible in their minds for killing. So you look at polls and a majority of Democrats support socialism over capitalism. Socialism is the political party and the economic system of Cuba, where people are murdered every day if they disagree with the Castro brothers, and Venezuela, where you're murdered if you disagree with Maduro, or before that, Hugo Chavez. Someone needs to keep hammering away and pointing that out, and it's a perfect application with today's left. If you disagree with them, they want to shout you down, they want to jail you, they want to throw a pie in your face, they want to hurt you, they want to assassinate our president. They don't believe in free speech. It only applies if you agree with them, not if you disagree.